Hello guys, welcome to another tutorial. In this tutorial we are going to be creating this animated login form here. You see, once you click in here, the width is changing and the border is also, and once you click on this one is going back to normal, and then now this one here a big the width has changed. And then we also got this one, this button here, so you can be able to type in, let's say, your name, which is Kandowa tag, and then you can set your password there. Password, so you can create that, right? So yeah, make sure you grab on your laptop and let's jump right straight into it. But before we get started, I just want to ask you, like, if this is your first time, then please consider subscribing and hit that notification bell so you get notified every time we post a new video. So yeah, let's get started. So as usual, I already have my HTML file open up here. This is just my HTML structure. I also have my CSS open up there, and I link it to my HTML. So this time around I want to use the Drive Saver, so I'm just going to click on that and then open with the Drive Saver. I want to run my Drive Saver. So you see the file is now open up here. So, and with the Drive Saver, what the Drive Saver will help me is the moment I add something to my HTML or my CSS, the moment I save, it will apply to my file in my browser, so I don't have to come here and refresh. So it will just refresh automatically. So with that being said, let's just jump into my HTML and start writing my code. So in this, I just want to create a form, and then this form I want to give it a class name of form, right? And then inside this form I just want to add an h1. So I'm just going to call that the login form, since we are creating a login form. And then after that I want to create an input. The type I'll leave it as a text, and then I want to add a placeholder. I'll just say username. And then I want to add another input tag, so just input, and then the type this time I want to make it a password, and then the placeholder I want to add it like password there. And then I want to come down. Outside of that, I want to add the button, so just want to do a button input, and then this time the type I want to a submit. I want it to be a submit, and then the value, I want the value to be a login. I'm just going to give it a login. Save there. So you can see it's now applied here. Alright, it's applied there. I don't have to refresh since I'm using the Drive Saver. So that's all I'm going to add into my HTML. Let's jump into our CSS. So the first thing I want to do is reset everything to 0, of course. So I'm just going to give this a margin. I'm going to set it to 0, and then the paddings I'm going to set it to 0 as well. Alright, and then I want to target the body. With the body, I just want to change the background. There. Let's use this color. Let's say 34495E. That's a color that I want to use as a background. And then I just want to change the font family. I want to use sans serif. Alright, that's what I want to do to the body. And then the moment I save, you'll see it's applied here. Right. So now I want to move on to the next thing, and now I want to target the form. You got the form here with a class name of form. So I'm going to target that. So call it form. Then with the form, I want to add a couple of styling. So I want to change the position. I want to set the position to absolute. And then the next thing I want to do to the form is just change the width. Let's change it to, let's say, to 360 pixel, and then add some padding to it, and some padding, let's say, to 35 pixel. Alright, and then I want to add some margin to the top. Let's say we want to make it 50% to the top, and then set some margin to the left, let's say to 50% as well, since we want to center our form. Now since we want to center it, we have to transform it. We have to transform and then translate, so to negative 50% and then negative 50%. And if you save, you will see it's now in the middle there, right? So that's what you got there. And now with the form, move on to the next thing. With the form, I want to set the background. So I set the background color. With the background color, I just want to set it to black. And then if you save, you see you got your form there. All right, and then let's set the color. Once you set the color, let's set it to white. All right, if you save there, you got your text white there on your form. And now let's move on to the next thing that I want to just text align. I want to align my text to the center. All right, and then you see everything is now centered. So that's all I want to do to my form. So now that we are done with our form, let's move on to everything that is in the form. We know we got H1 and then our input there in the body. So let's start with our H1 there, which is login form. So I want to target H1 in our form, and then with the H1, I just want to say, let's say the font size. The font size, let's say we want to set it to 35 pixel. And then the next thing I want to do is just text transform. Text transform, I want to use upper cases. Alright, I want to transfer them to uppercase, and then let's just add some font weight to this. Let's set it to 500. And then the last thing I want to do here is just change the margin to the bottom. Let's just add some margin to the bottom. Let's say to 40 pixel. Right, if you save that, you got that done there. So now let's move on to our input tag. We know our input. Now if you come in here, you'll see you got two input and then this input 3, but then they got different type. You got your text, your password, and then your submit. So this is going to be your button. You want it different from these two input here. So what we are going to be doing, we want to target these two first and then come to our button. So let's do that. Now we want to go to, we are in form, and then we want to target our input, but we want to target first the two, which is text and password. So we want to type the one with the type of, as we want the text, right? And then the next one, we want the form input. We want to target the one with the type of password, right? Make sure you give them the right keywords there. This is password and then text. So that's what you got there. And then you want to add your styling there, right? So with your styling there, now with these two input, let's add some styling to this. So the first thing I want to do is just format the border, just format that to 0, and then I want to change the background. Let's just change the background to this. I just want to set it to transparent since I don't want it to have any background. And then let's just set the color. Once you set the color to whitish, right? And then let's just display them, since at the moment we want to, since they are displayed in line, so I want to display them block. And then if you save, you see you got them like this. So now let's add some styling, and now I want to add some padding to that. Padding, let's just say to 15 pixels to the top and bottom, and then 10 pixels to the left and right. And then the next thing I want to do is just add margin. Let's just say, want to add the margin, let's just say to 20 pixel auto. 20 pixel auto there. And then the next thing I want to do is just add the width to this. The width of our input there, let's just say to 220 pixel, right? And then let's just text align everything to the center. Text align center. And then the next thing is just add some border. Add some border there, let's say to 2 pixels, and then we want them solid. And then the color, let's use FF for 500. And then if you save, you got that, right? You got that. Now the next thing I want to target is change the border radius. Border radius there, let's just say to 25 pixels. 25 pixels. Now if you come there and if you select this, you see there is an outline there. There is an outline here, so you want to remove that. So let's just remove that outline. You want to set it to none. And now if you come in here, you see you don't have that outline anymore. And then the last thing that I want to add to this is just the transition. Just want to add the transition. So transition, let's just set it to 2.5 to 0.25 seconds. Right, you got that. So now we're done with these two input here. So you see you got that. You can be able to type in there. Alright, so now we want to add some formatting. We want to format. So now once you click in here, we want to change the width of this, or once you click on this one, we want this to have a different styling, to change the width in a couple of styling. So to do that, we know we are targeting these two, so I just want to come up here and then copy this, copy it until here. I don't want to rewrite that, so I'm just going to copy that and then come down here, come down outside of this, come down there and just paste that. Right, you paste that there and then add your styling where you are going to be adding your styling. But then this time you want to target once you click on that. The one that you are clicking is the one you want to target, so you have to add these keywords here, which is focus. You want, once you focus the one you are in, you add it there to the first one, which is a text, and you want to target also the one which is a password, so focus to the one as well. Right, you add your focus there. Now let's add some styling. Let's add some styling. We are inside here. So now what you want to do, once you click inside here, you want to change the width and then the border. So that's what you're going to be doing. You just want to change the width. Once you click inside that, you want it to say, let's say to 290 pixels, and then you want the border color to change. The border color, you want to say, let's say you want it to make it green. Right, so now if you come in here, make sure you save. If you are not using the right saver, make sure you refresh. So if you come in here, you see it's now changing. The one you are selecting, the one you are inside, the border color is changing and the width is changing as well, and you can still be able to type in. All right, this is your password. You see that? Perfect. So now we are done with that. Now we want to target our button. So with our button, just come down here. We know it's input, but it got a type of submit. So you want to target that submit input with a type of submit. So you call it, we know it's form input, but then this time you want to target the one with the type of submit. Right, submit there and then add your styling. Right, with the submit, you just want to use mostly all the styling that you use. So what we are going to be doing, you don't want to rewrite all this. I'm just going to come up here and then copy this, all this styling that we added to this other input here. So I just copy that and then come down here and then paste them down there. See, I pasted inside there, and then once you refresh and save, you got it right there. You got it right there. So now you want to remove some properties. So I'm just going to remove, I want to remove the width. If you remove the width there, save, you see, you got it right there. Now I want to change the padding. Let's just set it to 15 and then let's set this to 40. Save that. You got it right there. Right? So now I want to change the border, the color of this. I want to set it to green. So remove that and then change that to green. Change the color to green and save. Now you got your border to green there. So now it's looking different from this input here. So now the next thing that I want to do, you see once you hover here, you are still having your arrow. So once you hover this, I want you to have a pointer. So we are just going to change the cursor to a pointer. Okay, so I want to make it a pointer. Now save, and then now once you come here, you are having your hand. So you can be able to select, right? So you got that. Perfect. So now once you hover this, I also want to change the background color of this. I want to change the background color of that. So now I just want to come down here, and then so to go fast, you just want to come up here. Since we want to target our submit button, copy that, and then instead of rewriting everything, copy that and just add a hover. You want to target, once you hover it, you want to change the background. You want to add the background to, let's set it to green. Right, you got that. Perfect. So now you see once you hover, you got your background there, and then once you click inside here, you got that. Once you click in here, you got that. You got your transition there, and then you got that. So yeah, that's how you animate your login form. And that brings us to the end of this tutorial. I hope this video was helpful. If you find it helpful, then make sure you hit that like button. And if you happen to have a question, then drop it in the comments down below. And if this was your first time, then please consider subscribing so you don't miss out on any content that we'll be posting. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm out. Peace, love, and unity.